I'm Kevin Berger. It's known as the Great Minnesota Get-Together, and the annual Minnesota State Fair lives up to that reputation. It's one of the largest events of its kind in the nation. It takes a tremendous amount of effort and support to keep the State Fair vibrant and growing, and much of that effort falls on the Minnesota State Fair Foundation. Poppe is Development Manager of the Foundation and joins us for this segment of Newsmakers. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
It's kind of fun this time of year to talk about the fair.
Not a lot of people are thinking about it when there's snow on the ground.
Well, it feels good to think about a nice hot day at the fair. But we all know what the fair is, of course. But what is the Minnesota State Fair Foundation?
Well, the Minnesota State Fair Foundation is the nonprofit arm that raises funds for the Minnesota State Fair. It was developed in 2002 as a way to generate more revenue, to produce bigger buildings, better amenities for the guests.
And why do you need a foundation to do something like that? It seems like, you make a lot of money at the fair. What's the foundation's role?
Sure. Well, a common misconception about the Minnesota State Fair is that it's actually a government agency and tax dollars go to it. That's actually not the case. It does not receive any appropriations from the government. So when the fair wants to have new buildings and have new programs, the foundation raises funds to support those.
And how do you do that?
We raise funds through a variety of different ways. We have the Friends of the Fair Annual Giving Fund, and specifically our membership program is probably the easiest way for people to give to the foundation. We have bricks and benches that you can personalize as a benefit of being a member. You can also receive admission tickets. Yeah, the benches are great. They're a great way to have your personal fair memory just on the fairgrounds. We also have the ability to give people pre-sale access to grandstand shows as a benefit for being a member. You can also give directly to any of our program areas. Those include agriculture, education, environment, history, and so it's a great way to support the fair specifically in our program areas.
Give me an example of something that the foundation has done that a fairgoer might say, oh yeah, I know about that.
Sure. I think specifically our benches are probably the most visible thing that you'll see around the grounds. And the West End Market was a big project this year for the Minnesota State Fair.
It's that new transportation hub.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes, a lot of people loved it. It used to be called Heritage Square, and now it's called the West End Market. The foundation actually had a $4 million capital fundraising campaign to support things like the History and Heritage Center, where we partnered with the Minnesota Historical Society to develop interactive historical exhibits of the State Fair, along with a new amphitheater and seating and greenery in the area as well.
How do you do it? The fair, every year, you gotta go back because, well, why do we always have to go back? I mean, it's one of those things to say, yeah, I did that, but people want to go year in and year out.
It's very true. I have a confession, I'm actually from Wisconsin. I know. And it's just, it's a different kind of culture in Wisconsin or any other state really than the Minnesota State Fair. It's one of those things where you go in for your driver's license, what's your birth date? Do you have corrective lenses? Did you visit the Minnesota State Fair this year? And something that we really strive to accomplish year in and year out is the 80-20 rule, which is to have 80% of what we do be maintained and have traditions that people will develop, as well as 20% that is new and things that people can come and not experience anywhere else.
So real quick, a little preview of what's might be new this year?
Sure. We're going to be finishing our capital campaign and kind of doing year 2 of the West End Market. We're going to be adding shade cloth to the amphitheater, as well as adding more greenery and more seating. We'll also have grants towards agricultural education and environment for seating on the general fairgrounds.
And will there be food at the fair this year?
I think we're going to bring food back. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, that seems to be a big draw. So
glad to hear it. Thanks so much for joining us today to talk about the State Fair. For more information about the State Fair Foundation, including details on how you can become a member, it's msffoundation.org. And that's it for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Kevin Berger. Thanks for watching.